That Sunday, the new youth pastor was being presented to the church and interviewed during the service. While he was being interviewed in front of the congregation, this kid shouted, "He touched me outside," referring to the youth pastor. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Youth Group Chronicles. In the studio tonight, Isaiah Smallwood and Antonio Sanchez. Welcome back, you guys. I said this before, but people love the combination of you two. It must be the out-of-pocket, cancellation-esque content.
Facts.
It comes out of your mouth. I don't know what it is. But it's all right. Hello to Instagram Live as well.
How are you doing, Sky? Are you okay?
Yes. Hello to everyone, including Sky.
Please let us know if you need anything. YGC got you covered.
Facts.
If you guys would like to hop on a live, we go live every time we record. YG Chronicles on Instagram. And if you would like to be notified ahead of time so that you never miss a live, go to ygcpodcast.com/updates and you will be notified the day that we go live so you can hop on with us and never miss one again. This is a story from Thomas. And if you're new to the podcast, this is where people send in true stories from youth ministry, and then my guests will blind react to them. Are you still?
No, I'm not. Stop. Okay? Please.
This is from Thomas.
Thomas.
All right, I have to preface, this is a Bible college story, but we're still going to share it because I really thought it was funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to make an exception, guys. I know it's Youth Group Chronicles. We're going to change it for one story to Bible College Chronicles. A friend of mine had a huge crush on a girl for a long time, and he finally worked up the courage to ask her out. She said yes. As they were on their date, he felt a rumbling in his stomach as they waited for their food. He realized that something he ate for breakfast must have been bad. He sat there for a second and finally excused himself because he knew he couldn't hold it. He came back from the bathroom and started to eat with no problem. They finished their meal, and that's when his date said that she wanted to get dessert. But that's right when he gets that feeling in his stomach again, so he told her to go ahead, order dessert, and he would be back. Once he was back from his second bathroom run, they ate dessert, paid, and got ready to leave. Except he felt that so familiar feeling in his stomach for a third time. He knew that if he excused himself again, she might think that he had a problem or something.
Nah, bro.
So he decided that he was just going to hold it. Their plan was to go on a train ride through the countryside. So he thought that if he could make it to the train, he could just use the bathroom while on the train ride. But while they were leaving the restaurant, they were walking to the car when he realized he couldn't hold it anymore. He lost it and just let it happen. This poor guy.
Okay.
Yep.
This poor guy pooped his pants right there in the parking lot. Except he didn't tell his date and she had no idea. This poor guy, so he came up with a plan. He asked if they could stop at Old Navy because he saw something that he wanted. They go into the store and he picked out the exact pair of shorts that he was currently wearing, but he thought that she might catch on to this, so he found a sweatshirt as well and took them both to the cash register. He didn't really want the sweatshirt, so while the girl wasn't looking, he told the cashier that he just wanted the shorts. And not the sweatshirt. When they got to the train ride, he excused himself to the bathroom so that he could change shorts. When he got in there, he ripped off these defiled shorts and tossed them out the train window. He cleaned himself up and went to get the shorts out of the Old Navy bag, but in total shock, he realized the cashier accidentally gave him the sweatshirt instead.
No.
And not the shorts. He started to panic and had no idea what to do since his only pair of shorts were lying next to the train tracks about a half a mile behind him. He decided that it wasn't worth it to go back out there and continue his date, so he put the sweatshirt on like a pair of pants, waited in the bathroom until the train made a stop, then ran out of the bathroom, hurried off the train, and never looked back, leaving his date on the train, never knowing what happened.
I have so many. This is so crazy. Just be upfront.
No, I'm good.
You don't want to be upfront?
Why wouldn't
No.
you change at Old Navy?
Yeah.
While you're there and you just purchase shorts.
That's great.
Yeah. I mean,
Also,
That's a great question.
Why don't you just tell her like, yo, I must have ate something bad.
My
I got to use the bathroom
hurting.
before we go.
My stomach's
Can
in
I
shambles.
use the bathroom real quick?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I have so many other questions.
you're a grown man.
Yeah. I'd be like,
you're
sorry,
in
bro.
college.
I got to use the bathroom.
You're a collegiate student. Use it.
No,
Like, use your
but to
mind.
willingly let it go in public,
that's
is,
childish. And
Yeah.
also,
Well, you're giving that
you don't
look
think
like-
your date gonna smell
I have never done it, but I understand that some bowel movements are worse than others.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
It
But,
happens.
like,
Like knowing
to
the
just-
show, that stuff happens.
to just let it go,
Also, how's she not gonna smell that?
dine and dash, poop and peace out. What? How did she not? Oh yeah, you have to smell it. You can smell it
Something
on a
just
toddler.
died,
And
If
and
a
they
we're
diaper.
just
not
got in the
just gonna talk
same
about
car, I'd imagine.
Yeah. What are you laughing at?
Like, cause diarrhea smell, bruh. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I mean, you have to smell it. There's no way.
Like,
And-
you just defy.
Everyone's saying
I
that.
just had to do. I had to do it once. I had to do it once. You just defiled your clothing.
Yeah.
Someone said that I sent this story in. I did not. I did go to. I did go to
Sierra,
Bible college. I did go to Bible college.
Yeah.
I failed out, but it is. No, I quit halfway through.
Bro was
I don't know what's
prairie
worse.
dogging the whole time.
That's crazy.
This
He left
is.
her. I wonder if they talked after. I have so many
They
other
did-
questions.
I don't think
they
so.
Go to the
Yeah.
same
He
school.
did. No, he
Yeah.
ditched. He ditched her on the train. She doesn't know.
She just thinks. he
Bro,
ghosted
Jesse
her.
heartbroken right now.
Yeah.
Poor girl.
Like, come
Poor
on,
girl. Yeah.
If you
gonna
guys
get
have
you a
stories,
man that loves
stories at ygcpodcast.com is where you can send them in. This is an anonymous story. I love anonymous stories.
you. Yeah.
Someone
wait,
just asked,
wait,
why didn't the
whoa.
cashier smell
Yeah.
it?
Or run down his legs.
It's in your shoes at that point.
Yeah. She knew. She
Nah,
had to have
bro.
known.
She got to know.
And if
Honestly,
she don't know, now she knows.
honestly, the fact that she stayed, she's down.
Yeah, facts.
She's down.
She probably did smell it. And
She's
it was just
mad
like,
cool, bro. And you just left her on the train.
yep.
She's
You're
like, I
a
love him
horrible
through
person,
anything.
bro.
She got holy ghosted. That's funny.
Okay. Anonymous story. My friend's church had a kid with Tourette syndrome.
Why? Go ahead.
Everyone in the church is fully aware and used to his condition, so they're able to tune him out while he's shouting during services. One Sunday, there was a new person who wasn't aware of this child's Tourette syndrome, our church's new youth pastor. That Sunday, the new youth pastor was being presented to the church and interviewed during the service. While he was being interviewed in front of the congregation, this kid shouted, "He touched me outside," referring to the youth pastor. Apparently, this is just one of the boy's tics, and he could not hold it in. I'll never forget the look of shock on the poor youth pastor's face when he heard the kid shout it out during the middle of service.
I don't even know what I would do, dude. You just like, he touched me outside.
And it's like blood curdling.
Heart drop, dude. Yo, that's so wild.
Someone said Sam saves the disabled person stories for Isaiah. Not true. I actually evenly spread them out among all guests. Somehow, Isaiah does land on some of the wildest ones, though.
That must have been a touching
Listen,
moment.
man.
He going to
He
jail.
declined the job on spot.
Oh yeah.
He walked off
Honestly,
the stage.
I mean, at least everyone else knows.
Okay,
how
that
he
does
is.
lessen the blow, but he didn't know that everyone else
Yeah,
did.
exactly.
And he
So
didn't know in the moment.
He's like,
So the whole time he's like,
yeah, dude. Yeah. I don't know. Heart dropping. You might just. Who knows what
After
to do at
that,
that
I'm
point.
done.
Yeah.
I'm not going back in the ministry.
Yeah.
I'm not.
this is a story from Danielle. All right, we're going to do one story an episode. We've been doing this for a bit. I read off the first couple sentences, and you guys give me your best guess as to what you think actually happened in the story.
Bet.
I dropped my youth group off with some chaperones to go swimming at a lake and then went to run a couple errands. 10 minutes later, I received a frantic phone call with screams in the background. Antonio, what do you think the rest of the story hasn't?
Screams in the background. Is it this youth pastor?
The youth pastor receives the call from the chaperones that are at the lake swimming with the kids.
Oh, Somebody's definitely drowning and nobody knows CPR.
Okay. Someone's drowning without CPR. Isaiah?
What's wrong with you?
Worst case scenario, dude.
You said screams in the background?
Screams in the background of the phone call.
At the lake.
At the lake that they're all swimming at.
Somebody got leeches.
Leeches?
Leeches.
Ooh.
Somebody
Plural.
got bit.
All right.
Leeches?
I dropped my youth group off with some chaperones to go swimming at the lake and then went to run a couple errands. 10 minutes later, I received a frantic phone call with screams in the background. Apparently, there was a strange phenomenon where thousands of ticks were floating in the lake.
Close.
So before the kids realized it, they had been swimming long enough to be absolutely covered in ticks.
No, dude.
We literally spent hours checking all the students and removing the bugs.
No, dude. I would never go back to youth group. Nope.
That is up there. It's like I always say it, one of my worst fears.
Yeah.
I hate bugs.
Yeah, 100%.
Hate ticks.
Yeah. You were close, though.
Isaiah wouldn't have made it out the
Yeah.
water. He would have
No.
looked down and passed out.
I would have had a heart attack, bro. I'm telling you.
I was going to say something
Not one
crazy.
tick, dude.
You're
Covered.
oh
Yeah, no.
my God.
No. I mean, they have,
And
to get,
imagine
like,
if
they have
they-
to get like shots. and
Imagine
stuff
if they
after that.
miss one
Oh,
and it's on you for
Yeah.
you're
that could be Lyme's disease. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you have
KO'd.
to, you have to get checked
Respectfully.
and and then there's no cure for it. So
That's
can you imagine going to youth
crazy,
group one time and you
bro.
just end up with Lyme's disease the entire rest
So-
of your life?
It is actually only I believe, a certain type of tick.
Is
I think
it?
it's deer tick that carries it. So it could have been
Oh.
Yeah.
could have been different.
Yeah, okay.
Could have dodged the bullet there. Grab the knife from the kid and do you remember that story?
I do remember that.
Yeah, that was funny. Good callback.
That's wild.
I would never touch a lake again. I wouldn't. Nope.
Also, yeah,
The plague that got left out.
I'm one of those. If it's not like open water, I don't swim in it.
What do you mean open water?
Like if it's not an ocean, I'm not swimming in
If
it.
it's confined?
Like if it's a lake or like a pond, I'm not going
A
there.
pond
You
is
never been
more
in Seneca?
gross than a lake. Most lakes are pretty.
I mean, so I've never swam in Seneca.
Hmm.
Like I put my
Like
feet in,
wading?
but like I've never nah.
yo, I was swimming in Seneca Lake and something legit brushed my leg.
Yeah, they
see,
have
I'm not,
was-
fish in
I'm
there.
not
Yeah, though.
doing it.
Yeah, dude, it felt like an otter or something.
I'm not
Like,
doing
it
it.
was
Yeah, no,
not
those-
a tiny little fish.
Those
It like
little,
brushed
bigger
my
one?
like.
Oh,
it
no.
freaked me out.
Yeah, I would never go in there
Mm-mm.
again.
I barely go into people's pools.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going. No, bro.
Not
no.
a 70-foot deep lake.
No,
There's no way you're
bro.
gonna catch IZ.
No, bro. No.
Ticks are legit. I had 60 ticks on our feet between. Oh my gosh. that's
Oh
actually-
God.
Yeah, they are tiny. Oh yeah, that's true. They're dude, they're tiny. You have to check every.
Ah.
My wife's comment.
Isaiah feels them crawling on him right now.
That's good.
What was it, Antonio?
No, nothing. It was gonna be a little crazy.
All right, this is our mailbag segment. You have to tell me what
Same.
comment it was.
I'll tell you after.
All right.
You don't want to hear it on here.
This is where we read a couple questions that people send into the show. This is from Leah Jackson _78.
That's crazy.
I'm
That's
sure someone
crazy.
else also had that happen.
Yep.
That's wild.
Joe. Leah said, "When did you want to go into ministry?"
I never wanted to go. No, so like,
You go first.
nah, you got it. Go ahead.
I mean, I guess.
So when I would no,
I was already working with kids because of how I taught athletes, whatever. So my whole thing about it has been, if I could influence kids with the sport that I was coaching, then how much more can I do with influencing kids through Jesus? And that what kind of like sparked the whole
Both
like,
of you.
ministry
So
thing.
people that have been on the show, not all of them have served. Well, actually, most of them have actually served in youth ministry. Some haven't.
Mhm.
You two both have, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um.
we actually leaders together.
Oh, you were co-leaders?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
true.
Zantonio.
Yes,
Who
sir.
was my co-leader? I think Andy.
Isaac?
No, it was not Isaac.
No?
It was Andy. And then I think that was it. Do you remember
Yeah.
who co-led with me? I think that's the only one. Anyway, Isaiah, you said you never wanted to join ministry?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. I grew up as a pastor's kid. So like I was always forced to do things like that. But then like I never wanted to work for a church. And now we're doing it. So
you can't say that right now.
yeah,
Why don't we do it?
Yeah.
Isaiah is you're not a worship pastor, are you?
Well, I'm a worship minister in school to be a pastor.
Very cool. So he
That's
has
dope.
just been hired on by one of our campuses, which is really exciting.
That's
Heck
pretty
yeah.
awesome.
So congrats to him.
Thank you. Praise God, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So he is officially full-time ministry. Is it full-time?
Part-time.
Part-time?
Part-time.
She
But I
said
mean,
more than-
ministry's full time.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, you
So,
literally-
yeah,
yeah.
for
That is really cool. Myself, when I was, I think it was 7 years old, I wanted to join the worship team,
Oh.
and I did. And I was our church's full-time drummer when I was 7 years old and haven't looked back. Yeah. So I've been on worship team since I was 7.
That's
Dang.
super dope.
That's
Yeah.
cool though.
That's amazing.
So that was when I wanted to get into ministry. This is a question from Kyerly 2023. What game would you play at youth group that had the most risk?
Dodgeball with
That was
Pastor Cody.
dodgeball
Really?
with Pastor
Dodgeball
Cody.
That is-
with Pastor Cody.
Dodgeball
Pastor
to the face
Cody?
is not a ton of
No.
risk, though.
Pastor Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would pick up a basketball, wouldn't he?
No.
Yeah. No, he
Just launches
He's a
it.
headhunter, dude. He just
Legit a
Yeah.
headhunter.
yeah. I've seen so many kids get their glasses knocked off. I'm just scrolling right past it. I'm not even
Yeah, I'm
gonna,
not going to say anything.
but I've seen so many people get their glasses knocked off. You know. Oh,
You were?
shout out Trey.
He was.
That's crazy.
Dangerous. All right, so you guys are going dodgeball?
Or hide and seek.
The
I don't think
risk?
we've played. Yeah, I don't think we've played like crazy.
Where a girl
You
hits
do.
her head.
Thankfully, Pastor Cody's kind of.
and
He's like
dies.
he knows.
Yeah, that's
should
fair.
we
so
do
our
this?
youth group has
or-
been pretty chill.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Growing up, I'm going to count the camp. There were some wild games.
Yeah.
There was
It's wild.
yeah, we did some crazy things. One of which, one of the camps that came always did a massive capture the flag in the dark, outside without flashlights. So much so that they literally had an ambulance on standby, like at a football game.
Oh,
And I'm
dang.
sure I mentioned it before, but one incident from just this game was a kid running through the dark, clotheslining himself on a telephone pole cable. You know the yellow ones that
yeah,
come
they're
down?
like-
Oh no.
At the angle?
in the
Yeah.
dark.
That's like all metal wire.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's plastic.
Well,
around it. You know the yellow-
plastic, but it's
It is metal. It's not
yeah.
moving.
Oh,
So
No.
God.
yeah, that was one of the
That's
probably
actually
more
crazy.
RIP.
risk.
But that's basically manhunt. I mean, that's what
Yeah,
we
it is.
grew up playing. That's
That's true.
you play in the dark.
Yo, I will say the knocker balls are pretty risky. When
What's
our
that?
church,
Nah, that's fun.
you were there for that, weren't you?
You're cushioned. You don't get
People
hurt.
have definitely gotten hurt.
oh yeah, I
Knocker
smoked-
balls?
Yeah. I
You get
smoked
the wrong
somebody
size
that
person.
hurt. I mean, I didn't get hurt, but I smoked somebody.
I would say that's more dangerous.
Smoking
than
on
dodgeball.
your top 5 too long.
But honestly, our church tries to stay away from risky games.
Yeah, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, which is something we would 100% recommend to you guys as well. And I
Yeah.
hope that after listening to this show, you know
smack
what
somebody
not
in the face with a dodgeball at least once. You have
What
to.
is it like? Don't do sermon examples with animals.
to do. Yep,
right?
that's one.
I can't remember the other ones, but we had like a list.
Don't allow a kid to whip
Yep.
another
Okay.
Yep.
youth leader.
Don't
that
use-
happened.
don't use
That's
You
That's
don't
wild.
use a
wild.
whip on
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah.
There are so many guys. You should
Yeah.
maybe we
a
should write
trust
a book.
fall. Don't do that.
In the dark. Yes. Many things you guys should not be doing. But all right. If you guys have questions you want to send it to the show, we might just answer it.
Broke his neck. That's
You're-
so crazy.
Live. So
Dang.
questions at ygcpodcast.com if you guys would like to send one in. All right. This is a story from Zach. Zach said, during testimony time at youth group, we were going around asking the students how our recent camp trip impacted them. It was going well and the students were opening up until one kid who was a pretty big nerd got up in front of everyone and spoke about the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise from Star Wars. He quoted it completely from memory with no notes and then went back to his seat like nothing happened.
Dang.
Sad thing is, I have a few kids popping into my mind that literally would have done that at youth
Yep.
group growing up. They're adults and probably would still do that.
Oh, 100%. There's adults that would do that. You gotta You just gotta like filter the people you know. You can't give everyone a mic.
Yo, I don't know what it is about testimonies. People don't know what a testimony is.
Oh yeah, right.
It's like story time. That is the one thing I've learned, not really from this podcast, just church in general. It's like, don't open the mics for testimonies.
Yeah, no, you got
every single time.
They gotta be vetted.
This is a story from Connor. Connor said, at youth camp, there was this younger guy in our cabin who had some odd traits. At first, I didn't think much of it, but that was until I heard what sounded like a pterodactyl at 3 a.m. in my ear, and this kid standing over my bunk in our dark cabin. Needless to say, some of the other guys were fed up with him and decided to get back at him with towel whipping.
That's the worst thing, dude.
I was sitting on my bunk when I saw a group of 4 guys line up in front of the shower hallway, waiting for the moment to get revenge on this kid who kept them awake the previous night.
It's like, that's crazy, dude.
It's like the what did they call it? The shooting squad.
Yeah,
That's
Firing
hilarious.
squad.
The firing
squad, they're just waiting for
Oh my
him.
gosh.
When this kid walked out, the biggest of the 4 students whipped his towel at this
Take your time. Take your time.
unsuspecting kid.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, his aim was far too perfect and powerful. The force
Smack
of
the
the towel
nut.
flicked caused his crotch to rip open and his balls to fall out to the ground.
No! Oh my goodness. No, I'm suing. My parents are suing. No, that's so crazy.
Just open testy on the ground, bro. That's crazy.
Those dudes are definitely traumatized, and I bet they'll never whip another person like that.
Scrotum shot is wild, bro. That's crazy.
Somebody said, "I'm sorry, what?" Bro lost his kids that day.
Oh my
honestly?
god. Honestly, that's probably a story
Yeah.
that
Testimony.
and that's wild how we just talked about that too. Listen, man. That's
So stupid.
if that actually happened,
I
wouldn't be able to sleep that night.
I have heard that
No,
that is
yeah.
that is not the first time I've heard a story like that with a towel.
Wow.
I'm gonna say, I've heard outside the show. I've heard of that happening
That's
because
so
of the
Damn
scary.
force.
it, cracked
of the-
sack. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's
bro.
scary, dude.
That would be
Generations
it for me.
gone.
And then they gotta sew
Pick 'em
it.
up. Yeah, you gotta.
Oh, no.
I feel like that's the least of your concerns. at the
Yeah,
moment,
I mean,
but-
they were on the floor. Dude. You just gotta pick them up. He's like carrying them back. It's crazy. I don't even want to imagine.
So, because they're connected to veins.
Yeah, but I mean, the force was able to rip
Yeah.
the freaking thing open. They're gonna go flying.
The veins following.
Yeah,
It's like ping. No, what is that?
it was
that
like your
game?
eye.
The Pain Olympics.
The paddle ball thing. That man's walking around. All you see is nuts on the. That boy lost his acorns.
Why? Jeez, dude. That's crazy.
Oh my god!
Someone said there must have been a shank or something in that towel. I'm serious, guys.
No,
I've heard
bro.
stories.
They can.
They
no, they'll
are-
break
end of
open
that
skin.
towel
If
is
you get it,
destructive,
if
bro.
you get it perfect.
Yeah, you can break open
Wow.
Oh yeah.
bruh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dang.
skin. Poor guy.
Okay. Yeah. Someone said they got a kid's calf got blown open by a kid popping with a towel. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Yes. Ooh,
Wow.
terrible. Terrible. All right. I do have one more story,
Wow.
and then we'll go to our would you rather. This is
Wow.
a story from Will. Will said, while traveling with a van full of special needs kids to summer camp, we got pulled over. Come to find out, one of the students in the van behind us had been mooning traffic without any of the leaders noticing. We would later find out that this was going on through multiple counties. because people were calling our church since the name and phone number were plastered all over the side of the van. Our pastor was livid when he checked the voicemails on the church phone.
All you can do is laugh. Just like you can't. You imagine riding past this church bus and it's just
Cheeks.
freaking b-hole. Jeez. Yo, why? Why?
Can you actually imagine getting like 50 voicemails?
Like what do you do? It's like, are you gonna tell people? It's like, yeah, it's a van full of special needs kids. Sorry. I feel like you can't validate.
You're gonna call them
it.
back and explain?
Yeah. You have to put out a Facebook post. Like something has to happen because people need to know.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Bro's cheeks are all over the country.
You know what
Country.
makes this even more funny? Is the fact that it was innocent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. He was just like,
Someone said Ohio strikes again.
jeez. Special need was a belt to keep his pants up.
What?
My favorite story involving a special needs individual
Was the gangbanger?
was the gangbang.
Someone just brought that up. They said, was he? They just said
That
red bandanas is all they
was
said.
funny.
That is probably my all-time favorite story on this podcast.
That was
And okay,
funny.
that just adds to our question time. Every time people are sending in questions, 50% of the questions we get, so this will just answer all of them for you. My favorite story is the one that Isaiah just brought up. Episode 70, 75, somewhere in the 70s, season 4. Go back and listen. Absolute hilarious. You've heard that one, I'm sure.
Yeah, I've had to have heard it.
And then there's
That was
even
funny.
more that we had to cut out of the show because it was just too much, even for YGC, which is crazy. But you can actually go watch it on YouTube because we left some of it in, but we had to blur Micah's face because that was it was wild. Anyway, hope that answers everybody's question. That is my favorite story, and Isaiah's one of Isaiah's too. You said it was your favorite special needs story.
Yeah.
It's my favorite all time.
Dang.
Not categorized.
You categorized it. You said my favorite one was a special needs kid. You did it, not me.
Oh man. Oh no. Yeah. That one was funny too.
What one?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Oh,
We both
Birds of a
thought they
Feather?
were deaf.
Yeah. We both.
He said, "You're stupid. You're dumb."
Oh, you thought they were blind.
Yeah.
Oh
it was
my
two
gosh,
deaf kids.
bro, that
Two
was
deaf kids, you kept
hilarious.
saying
Two
they
deaf
were
kids.
blind.
Yeah.
A very funny episode. All right, we will do our Would You Rather segment. This will be a good one. The first option is our story from Danielle, where you are a youth kid, actually chaperone included. You could be a chaperone swimming in a lake where there is a tick
Anything
infestation.
else?
What's the other
I don't
option?
think-
Oh no! Oh,
I don't think you want me to say that.
What's the other option?
The other
The
option
testicles.
is you are
Getting
the
cracked open.
testimony kid. And you just got towel whipped in the nuts.
Ticks all day.
I don't know.
I am going ticks too.
I don't
Isaiah?
know.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. Wait.
Bayless, someone just real quick. Bayless just asked which episode is the seizure one. I think it's episode 13.
Hold on. So you said I'm either kid. Or like-
no. You
You're a
are in the
chaperone?
tick scenario. They said it was kids that were swimming, but chaperones were swimming too. So it's not like you had to be a youth kid. So this is you can do this now. And then the other option is you are the kid that just got flicked with a towel for annoying everybody. I'm going swimming 100%.
Taking my chance at Lyme
Yeah.
disease.
Isaiah?
Over ripped open testes.
What if you open your mouth? Now the ticks are in your mouth.
You're really contemplating that option?
I'm surprised it's this tough for him.
Yeah, same.
Guys, someone just said, Zay, it's you get a tick or you lose your kids. No, it was they were crawling.
Yeah.
Hundreds of ticks were on these kids because the lake was infested with them for some reason. It was like a rare phenomenon.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody's saying ticks.
Going with ticks.
Oh, nope. Someone said towel all day.
Who?
It must
It's
have
got
been.
to
It had to have been a girl.
It's got to
Had
be a
been
girl. Yeah.
I'm going ticks. Isaiah, what do you got?
Do, 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 do.
Oh, bro.
The fact that you said anything else besides that
Yeah.
was your own fault.
Mm.
He wants to say ticks.
I don't. I really don't.
But it's the
I just also
It's
don't
the
want to see
best
my
answer.
balls on the ground. And I'm standing over them.
No, Johnny, Isaiah does not like this game, but that's why I like it.
Yeah, give me ticks, bro.
All right. What do you guys say? I've seen a lot of people say ticks,
Give me
but
ticks,
also people
bro.
are saying towel. It's got to be the women in the chat.
Yeah.
Sam, are we doing a story time soon? I don't know what that means. Like one of my stories, I feel like I've told them all.
You
Guys.
get diseases from ticks.
Yeah, I know you can get diseases. I know. You could probably catch a disease by getting your...
I don't care.
Yeah.
Medicine.
Huh?
You can get medicine.
Yeah, I'm still going ticks.
Nope.
All right.
One
clean
thing I
sweep.
don't want to see
Isaiah
is my balls on the
reluctantly
ground.
had to say choosing the ticks, but that's the part of the game. Oh, you guys actually, you know what's really fun? I'm sure a lot of you, especially people on Instagram Live, we post these on Instagram. The day that this episode comes out, we actually do a poll and you guys can go vote. So keep an eye on our story, YG Chronicles, and you can go vote on our Would You Rather.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
For each
honestly,
week.
Yeah.
I'd rather get my balls. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
I can't. Like
They're just bugs,
when I
dude.
tell you,
You're changing it.
when I tell you
They're just bugs.
that my heart will give out.
Your
If I
balls
see
are
a
gonna
whole
give
bunch
out.
of bugs on me,
Not just ticks, bugs.
like, bro, nah.
Your balls are on the floor.
Honestly,
Wow. All right.
yeah.
He's taking the towel.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the towel.
What's that little game?
Someone said you look physically sick right now.
What's the game? The little desk thing where you have all the balls that knock to
it's
each
like
other.
isn't it like a Einstein or Newton's law?
Something like that. Yeah, that's
What
what,
is
I'm
it called?
picturing. Yeah, see? Nope.
It's the
Pendulum.
Yeah, it's like a pendulum.
Yeah.
Nope.
Anyway,
do it.
guys, thank you for joining me on this episode of Youth Group Chronicles, Isaiah and Antonio. It's been a blast. If you guys would like to send in stories at ygcpodcast.com is where you can send them in. And also, if you would like to be notified when we go live, you can go to ygcpodcast.com/updates. That is the question we get asked the most on this show is when are you going live? When are you going live? When are you going live? So now you never have to miss a live again, and you will get notified every single time. So go check that out on our website.
Word.
And until next week,
Stop.
what do they say?
Stop, Sky. Stop.
My grandpa says,
A skyline.
I don't know.
Jeez.
Grandpa. I heard it was grandpa.
It was
but
Grandpa.
It was. Yeah, it was grandpa. Anyway,
Oh, I thought it
we
was
will
grandma
see
too.
you all next week and hopefully
Word.
on our next live.